What's up, everybody? It's your boy S. Dot Ryder, man. One half of the up and coming brand new podcast of Let's Hash It Out with my other co-host Ziggy the Beast. Man, today we got a great episode for y'all today, man. We got a special guest. Her name is Kimmy Thomas. She's gonna come on the podcast with me and Ziggy the Beast, and we're gonna talk about certain topics that we definitely gotta hash out today. Number one topic is, are the roles being reversed in today's society? Are women becoming more breadwinners than men? Also, is a 9 to 5 working man good enough for women in today's society? That's a good topic that we got to definitely hash out. And last but not least is, does or can your past affect you having a healthy relationship moving forward? Y'all come and join us, man. Come learn some things. Come chill with your boy S. Ryder and Ziggy the Beast. And make sure y'all show good love to our special guest, Kimmy Thomas. See y'all there.
What's going on, everybody? It's Ziggy the Beast, along with my brother and co-host S. Ryder. And S. Ryder, what we got in store today, bro?
Oh man, we got something good in store for y'all today. We have a guest that's gonna join us today to talk about some interesting topics. And she's a very good friend of ours, and we're going to bring her in. I want to introduce Miss Kimmy Thomas to the podcast. Welcome.
Hey, nice to see you guys.
What's up? How's everything going?
Everything is great. Everything is absolutely great. How are you guys doing today?
Blessed. Glad to be off. Enjoying this cold weather.
Man, I know.
I'm enjoying this cold weather though. Everybody's saying it's too cold, but I don't understand it, because when it's hot, you wish for cold air.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got it.
Now you wishing it's warm.
That's because they're wishing for that boo. Well, if you don't have a boo and it's not, it's cold outside, you want it warm on the inside. But if you weren't prepared for this weather, that's why.
I'm just saying, I enjoy cold.
So, Kimmy, do you prefer the cold weather or the hot weather? What do you prefer?
Okay. I don't know. So I like October weather. How about that? I like October.
Happy medium.
Yeah.
So in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. Not too cold, not too warm, just right.
I like it cold enough to where there's not mosquitoes outside.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
that's what I care about.
That's the way.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Especially down here. They are so disrespectful.
Yes.
See, finally, somebody that understands us, S. Ryder. We've been having guests from, other states come on. It's good to have someone else from our state of Louisiana that understands our pain with these damn mosquitoes.
Right. But before we get into the discussions and the topics, I'm gonna give Kimmy the floor to introduce herself, tell y'all a little bit about herself. So, Kimmy, the floor is yours.
All right. My name is Kimmy Thomas. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. I actually work with gaming. I have 3 companies. IGL Foundation, that's a nonprofit that works with esports and gaming, and we connect that to workforce development. I have Independent Gaming League. We kind of focus on the consulting side of it. We create the communities. We create courses. We do the tournaments, and we try to do really good quality events down here. And one of our most known events is NOLA Gaming Fest that we do in the summer times. And then I have Game Heads Productions and Apparel Game Has Apparel, that's where you get all your gaming gear for. So it's all black owned, and I love it.
That's awesome.
I'm a lawyer by trade, but I only use that for consulting or what have you. And as I told the gentleman beforehand, I have officially retired from politics. So I used to do campaign management, political strategy, and things like that. I also was legislative counsel for the Senate Democratic Caucus. But I'm no longer that. I am focused on gaming and everything that I do for youth in the community.
Man, jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. And she games.
Yes.
Right.
Do all that.
Right.
That's awesome, man. Just to say that we need more of that. People that actually have that impact in the community. I think we talked about that in the last episode, Ryder, is that, that next generation up, what are we doing to give back to, the next generation after us? And
right.
Kimmy is definitely doing that.
Right. So once again, before we start again, besides gaming, on your free time, what do you enjoy doing in the city of New Orleans? Like, is there anything that, you like to do during your free time? Like, write music, poetry, besides gaming, anything else you like to, indulge in?
So I am what they call a super nerd. I'm a real introvert. Okay. So type of stuff that I do on my free time is really nerdy. Like I research and I read a whole bunch. Okay. I read continuously. Everything that I do that's wrapped up in gaming, as far as helping people, that's really what I love doing. When I'm kind of reviewing students' bars that they're trying to put on a gaming they're trying to prepare for a gaming developer or whatever. I really like that. I like telling them, hey, your cadence is trash. I want you to kind of give this type of delivery or what have you. Try to get them to perfect what they really, really love, because if you love it, you're going to do it for the rest of your life. I want to encourage students, anything that you love, man, don't get out here and just go for money. Really go for what you're passionate about. And if you go for the passion, you start learning and developing the trades and the techniques and stuff like that. So if music is your passion, you need to know anything dealing with music contracts. You need to understand different types of agreements. I'm gonna tell you everything around what you love. And so that's what I'm a real nerd. This is what I do every day. And then other than that, I have a 14-year-old son, and I like him. I'm gonna keep him. So he's a pretty cool dude.
He okay?
Nah, he keeps me alive.
But shout out to the young king out there.
Yes,
you brought that up though, because I think a lot of people, don't understand like with music. Zay could tell you, I love music as well as the next person. And one thing I think is very important, like even being an independent artist or whatever like that, is understanding music contracts, the loopholes, and all of that, because it's real crazy. You can be the hottest artist in the world, and you will probably be getting raped, like royalties.
Yeah,
like you think people be getting money. Industry is just taking everything, bro.
You remember that? You remember that TLC interview they did? I think they won an award. And they were talking about, like, somebody asked them about money or something like that, and Left Eye was like, "We ain't got no money." You're like, what? I don't know if y'all remember that interview.
It's like Summer Walker.
That stuck with me.
Yeah. What I try to tell, I try to tell my students, you don't sign contracts where you start off owing someone, right? And that's the biggest thing. You don't want to start off owing someone. So if they're telling you got to pay for whomever on their staff, whatever that advance is with the interest on it, any type of gifts that are given, and this is in their contract. Anytime you do a concert, if you're responsible for the wardrobe, you're responsible for the lighting, you're responsible for the DJ, it's in there. They put it in there. But what real artistic freedom starts coming from is when you start really talking about Web3. Web3 is when you start connecting your music, your art, and you digitize it. And like, for instance, last night I did a podcast with Dawn Richard. Richard. She's
Okay.
a booming artist, and you may be like, oh, well, she's a starving artist. No, no, sir. She's actually worldwide, and she has digitized everything. So now she's negotiating, and especially when you're negotiating worldwide and you're using cryptocurrency, you're doing smart contracts with your information. You start selling your digital art and your likeness and things like that. When you start researching, like Nas selling off the rights or in NFTs and things like that, they are taking control over it. So right now the game is booming when it comes for artists, when it comes specifically for musical artists, you know. So that's why I feel like it's important for these young people to really catch on to this. Like, this is their era. They need to jump on this and own it.
Right.
Man, that's right there. I'm gonna have to clip
Y'all
that
listen.
and be
I hope
like,
y'all out there listening, please.
I hope y'all listening. You know,
She's spitting.
we already 9 minutes into the show, and she already dropped like
A ton of gems.
a ton of gems just through normal conversation. I've been writing these little numbers down so I make sure to come back to it, but this can definitely help somebody out there. Like, please definitely take heed what she's saying. You know,
it's easy. When I tell you, it's easier than what people think. Everything is easier than what people think.
Just got to take the time to do your research and read and
Yes.
just actually listen, because I think
but
people
like,
just you know, like I said, not to take too much time up, you know, with
no,
this,
you good.
but you know, I guess the environment people come from, you know, talented people comes from tough environments, and they just don't worry about the.
They see that lump sum of money,
They just
don't
like,
think about the
oh,
stuff that come with it.
500,000. I need that right now, so let me just put my name on this contract. But then, yeah, you get that money and you do this and do that, but then at the end of the day, you're not understanding. Okay, you got to pay that money back. You got to pay the producer, the writers, DJ. You know, like I say, I don't want to get too much involved with it, but that's reality. You know what I'm saying? People just come from tough environments. I mean, talented artists come from tough environments, and they feel like, I'm not worrying about that right now. I mean, it is what it is, but that's how you get to the circumstances, you know? So we just got to have a better understanding, and people just have to do their research and take the time out to
research and read.
People not trying to help, you know, hold you back. Let people help you and actually listen and run with it, you know? Just run with it. So, yeah.
There's one of those bad sayings where they said, if you want to get over on black people, put it in writing, because N-words don't read. I heard some people, somebody say that before.
Yeah,
probably.
Right.
I literally, on my platforms, I could give you everything. I can absolutely give you everything. And most times on all my platforms, I give it to you for free. Literally, someone will put a number up there and they'll be like, oh, okay, for $2,500, I could give you this. And they give you less than what I give you on a day-to-day basis. Just by following me. If you don't learn anything, man, you weren't trying to. Right.
And speaking of following you, what can we follow? What can we and the people that are listening follow you, Miss Kimmy?
Man, Instagram is the one that I actually put more information on.
Okay.
Facebook is the one that I have a mixed view of followers, and so I kind of limit some of the stuff. That's where a lot of my politicians happen to follow me, so I give less content on there. But definitely, if you don't follow anything, follow Instagram. That would be the number one that I would say, go ahead and follow me, Kimmy Talk on Instagram. And so that way you could actually start understanding anything dealing with you know, that crypto world, anything that's Web3 and dealing with the metaverse.
That's crazy. The metaverse. See, we're going to get up back on, because that's a whole nother can of worms.
But now we have to move on, and we got to hash some things out.
All right, bro. I'm gonna let you take the driver's seat, and
we got to hash a couple of things out. So, Miss Kimmy, we got a topic that we need your opinion on. We need to hash some things out. So, I've been seeing a lot on Instagram, Twitter, on the social media platforms, and just in general, just observing things in society. Are the roles being reversed, as such as are the women today considered the breadwinners? And what I mean by that is, men used to being the providers. We're the breadwinners. But I'm starting to see a reverse where women are just like they're killing it. I'm noticing that a lot. And that's a good thing. They're killing it in whatever, and they're the breadwinners. So do you see that pattern? Like, have you noticed a change in that, or are the roles being reversed between men and women when it comes to being the breadwinners?
Okay, so if you are in a relationship, getting bread is both of y'all, right? And so ultimately the man's gonna get the bread. And the reason why I say that is no matter what I put to the pot, the bread is actually won by the man. And I say that in the sense of he takes care of the home. The pot still now, if I'm contributing to the pot, it doesn't matter what how much I put in there. He's still that breadwinner, right? And he should ultimately be strong enough to guide and lead on how we actually like the direction that we're going, how we're utilizing our funds, the strategy when it comes to the kids, all that portion. So if you make that woman the breadwinner per se, right? That means she actually, in my mind, she wears the pants. If you're saying she's the breadwinner.
Okay.
Don't call me the breadwinner. I contribute. You know what I'm saying? My man will always be the breadwinner in my mind.
Oh, okay. Okay, Ziggy, you want to piggyback off that?
Yeah, I think to answer the question just straightforward, I think women are I don't think the roles are being reversed. I think more so women are doing more things that they couldn't do in a generation before us that only men could do. Like they're like, I used to work at the plant. There's a lot of women in the chem plant, like getting suits on and bro and Kimmy. Sometimes these women are out working the men.
Right.
12-hour shifts.
I can
killing it.
Well, you gotta think, man, how many excuses do we really get? Like we grow up
Correct.
in pain, right? We are taught to lie about the pain, pretend that it doesn't hurt, and function, under stress. Right? So you put us in a situation, you're like, okay, the only thing that's stopping you from you surviving or you going under is going ahead and doing this task. Man, I'm doing it. And I won't lie to you. I've done everything. When I used to do disaster recovery, I've done stuff on the roofs. I've done stuff in the levees. I don't care, especially when it comes to providing for my child. Man, there's nothing that I won't do. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like sometimes there are men that will give you excuses? But there's women that'll give you excuses. But yeah, I do find that there's a lot more men that'll give you excuses why they can't do certain things. And it's a new thing, man. Let me tell y'all.
we gotta hash this out. Such as
man, guys can give excuses like, man, especially when guys and please don't get me wrong when I say
nuh-uh. You ain't got a preface. You can say it with your chest. All right, we don't get offended. We don't get offended here.
This is a no judgment podcast.
Okay. No judgment. No,
don't hold back. Yeah. Talk. I want you to talk.
All right, let me.
This how you really hash stuff out when we not pulling punches, and we say how you really feel. Right. Like we still cool at the end of the day, Kimmy. We good.
Okay.
Like our feelings not gonna get hurt. I promise.
So
the biggest thing, the number one phrase that I heard in 2021 that has held certain people that I know personally back is they're triggered. And I'm like, okay, so past the triggering, so then what? You stopped? There was nothing else? So I need you to complete whatever your therapy was, so that you understand to get past the trigger point and keep going. A lot of times people will be like, oh, I can't do anything because I'm triggered. And so you stopped? There was nothing else? You stayed at home? You know what I'm saying? And men are given that. Men. And I'm like,
like go cool off, do what you gotta do, then come back and finish what you started.
Yeah, count to 3, whatever you need to do. but you can't use that as your scapegoat as to why you stopped. Like, don't stop. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I have with guys right now, man. If you have a goal, if you have something going on, man, don't give the millions of excuses that society has given you. Man, give them a million reasons of why those won't stop you. I feel like we have too many.
That's true.
We have too many bags of excuses, and that stops people. And it's just like, literally, they set you up. I feel like it's brainwashing. I feel like a lot of times that social media telling you, yeah,
Social
you're
media.
triggered. Oh, you got to hug you right now or whatever. Man, get up, still keep going.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because me and Zig, we actually had
We legit
a
talked
legit
about that
conversation about social media. Like earlier today, I was on a podcast and we was talking exactly about that. How social media, it works in a positive way, but it also works in a negative way. You have your pros and cons to everything in life. I don't care what it is, pros and cons to everything in life. Social media influences a lot of people. Why? I have no clue.
Remember,
because I just feel like, why are you? I mean, you're trying to portray something that you're not to people that don't even know you. That's weird to me.
Yes.
Why? That's very weird to me. That's just like I always Zig tell you. I do not understand why people hate on each other, because they're doing. This is the thing. They're doing what they need to do to be successful in life. Listen to how that sounds. You're hating on me because I'm doing what I need to do as an adult.
just because your name got called first before mine's.
Like, or because
mad at
somebody
you.
helped me out, you had to probably go a harder route than I did. But it doesn't stop you from still achieving what you want to get. Maybe I got there faster, but what does me getting there faster have to do with you still getting it? That don't make sense to me. I never understood that.
That's like at somebody used an analogy at it's kind of like the same thing, but at a graduation. You know, when they start calling summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and then you know they start saying, "Look at him, he think he all that." Look, you getting your diploma too.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody graduated. So
where you get these names from? What you say?
Summa cum laude, magna cum laude.
Yeah, the top
like
of the class.
That's like the 4.0 people.
Okay. I don't know about all that.
Hey, bro, it's all right. Honors. There you go. But remember we talked about this last episode, Sean, was that anything that you can access at the snap of a finger, your phone, that provides a room for overconsumption.
Right.
Because at the dinner table, what is everybody doing?
On their phones. Instead of interacting
on the toilet, what is everybody doing?
Right.
In the bathtub. So whenever you over consuming something, whether it's eating, drinking, social media, that can cause bad things. So I think that's what it is. Like we talked about last episode, when we wanted to get on the computer, we had to go to a library and wait in line to get on the computer.
Right.
So but now it's at the tip of your fingers to get on social media. So you have people in the bed next to each other on phones.
Their phones.
You have people in the same room on their phone.
And they wonder why, people are not, excelling, in things in life, because social media
phones.
Social media is telling you something that is not true. You know what I'm saying? I understand what social media is. You know what I'm saying? We all use it to promote, to do what we have to do in order to be successful in our business or whatever like that. I understand.
Like social media connected us with Kimmy. So it's like, it's a positive aspect to
but social media, let me see what kind of percentage. 85, if I'm being generous, is pretty much negative. Negative stuff.
Yeah.
Of social media.
Have you ever watched The Matrix? In The Matrix, they have a whole bunch of numbers and letters that signify the matrix, for instance, and it's green or what have you. That's really equivalent to the speed of what information is sent, right? And so when they're telling you to unplug and they're showing you to unplug, they're literally metaphorically showing you what's going on around you. All of that is just sprinkling around you. It's information, right? And it's sent in waves. And at some point you have to unplug and you have to connect to real people. You have to talk to real people. And the more that you talk to real people, you'll start having a basis for how you feel. And that's why I think the downfall of a lot of relationships is because they don't talk to real people. You start saying, oh, this celebrity couple felt like this, and that's what happened. And because you keep seeing it, now you have programmed those people's rationale on why you're upset. And I've seen this in women that I've talked to. I'm like, that's not you, my dude. Like, my girl, this is not you, right? You know, you have to disconnect from a lot of that stuff and really reconnect to the people that mean the most to you so that you stay grounded. You know,
last episode we did have a conversation. Everything you're talking about,
it's crazy.
We like this because it's crazy. You bringing up everything that we talked about childhood memories last episode, right? And we talked about like our generation compared to our, right now generation. Because you remember when we was coming up, our parents used to tell us, yeah, this is what we used to do, and why y'all like this, why y'all dress like that. Now we're getting up there in age. I hate to say it, but we're doing the same thing. Like, what type of music y'all listening to? Why y'all don't go outside? We literally was saying like,
right.
Relationship. All it is, if you like somebody, slide in their DMs. Back in the days,
we had to go to the mall.
You had to go to the mall,
the movie theater,
movie theaters, skating ring. Look, Jazzland,
Six Flags.
Yeah.
Saturday night, and people would laugh, but anybody that was before Katrina could tell you if you was bored on a Saturday night, so they would literally get dressed and say, "Man, we're going to Walmart in the East.
Walk around.
We about to go."
That is true,
right? So, but relationship, you go talk to a girl, actually get her number. Like, they still do that now, but not as much as back in the day. It's different. Children don't even go outside and play. I don't even see children outside playing. They go inside, iPad, PS5, social media, TikTok. But I'm talking about going outside, drinking water from a hose, going to the candy lady, getting a Huckabuck, frozen cup, whatever you want to call it. They don't do any of that no more. The generation has changed. Like, it's the access of a phone.
Yep.
Let me go slide in that person DM and say what I want to say, see if it works. If not, whatever. Or I can even create a fake personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you are correct. Though. I think
she is correct.
We have to, take time to get away from social media, to unplug, to talk things out, communicate, family and friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's I don't know.
But like they say on social media, people mainly post their wins. Hey, look what I'm sponsored by so and so now. Hey, which is cool, but you could people kind of see that, oh, S Ryder really living right now, but they don't understand that he probably going through some hardships right now. I'm not about to post I'm living check to check. Right. I'm not about to post that I'm struggling. I'm not about to post that. So I'm posting when I bought a new car, or I bought, so
correct.
They don't
it kind of gets lost in translation.
Right. But behind every greatness is the signature of failure.
Ooh.
Hey, they call him S Ryder for a reason.
You see what I'm saying? Like, behind every greatness is a signature of failure. You're going to fail.
Man,
if you can show me anybody in any profession or whatever that never had to go through any type of failures,
they're 100%.
Yeah,
success rate.
Right. Everybody will be successful. Pretty much.
Man, I could tell you so many times I failed. And see, this is another thing, and I'll even translate this to even relationships. So I don't have an ex that is an enemy. You know how sometimes they put out these memes talk about shoot your ex or hate your ex.
Now that I mentioned it,
I literally don't have an ex that hates me, because after every relationship that I had, I sit and I analyze myself. I check to see that could I have done something better? Did I give my all? I have to allow that other person to be human, right? They're not perfect and they didn't grow up with me, right?
Everybody's different.
Yeah. And so when it comes to an end, it can come to an end. It doesn't mean that I don't, that I hate you or anything. It was just a lesson. And now I've learned something and I'm wiser. But and I think, when people see these failures, even when it comes to jobs and stuff like that, they don't post them, and I've had 100 failures. Maybe it's probably more. It's probably more in business. Oh my gosh, that's one of the reasons why I could tell you stuff off the top of my head on how
that's
to
how
do
we
this.
learn.
Yeah, I'll tell you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. I could tell you that in politics. I could tell you how many ways that I failed. But that makes me smarter. That makes me wiser, right? And I think if people will really embrace those failures, every time you fail, be like, man, that means I lived. I actually got somewhere. I actually, I'm living.
Stepped out your comfort zone.
Yeah. Right. And that's with anything, man, even death. I told y'all earlier, my brother died in 2019. I'm able to help other people even when it comes to that because, man, that's something that hurts. And they're able to see what I go through and actually use that, man, use that. Let that be a lesson. I'll tell you anything that I've failed at. You can ask me anything, and I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I do want to piggyback off of something that you said, though. We're gonna skip a topic, though, Zed, because
bro, this is great. I like do what you do.
So you said something about being triggered. So my next question that we need to hash out, right? Does the past or can the past stop you from having a healthy relationship,
or just being happy in general?
Right. So, what's your thoughts on that, Kimmy?
Can the past stop you from being happy?
And like events that happened in the past.
Let's just say, for instance, if I can give you an example, like let's just say you got out of a traumatic relationship, maybe 5+ years, right? It didn't work out, whatever, and you took a break, but you kind of finally found somebody that you may consider jumping in another relationship with. But every time you feel like you might be ready, you just kind of pull yourself back, right? And this person not showing you any signs for you to pull back. It's just you might be pulling yourself back because, well, I don't want to put myself in a position like last time because that person hurt me real bad. So I got real trust issues. So if you got somebody that's really putting forth the effort, that's showing you that they truly care about you, they really putting forth the effort to really know you. Like who is Kimmy? Who is her? Not what's your favorite color movie? No.
Or that's Kimmy talk from Instagram and like, okay, now
I'm talking about Kimmy when she's going through the storms.
Crying. Yep.
Right. Not the sunshine. Storm, raindrops. So I want to know, can the past stop you from having a healthy relationship with somebody? Can it stop you?
If he's strong enough to comfort me in my time of need, I'm gonna crown that dude because that means he is trying. There's none of my exes could ever stop me from being happy in the future because, like I said, man, they're all cool with me. I could dap them off right now. There's nothing that I feel for them. Even I had a ex that cheated on me or whatever, and man, that was one of my loves. When I tell you my loves or what have you, and I'm cool with him still to this day. And nope, I don't want to try again. Not with him. I'll be your best friend, but I'm not trying again. Because from that particular relationship, I learned that it wasn't about the cheating aspect. It was the fact that I learned that you could lie so easy. And that person that was an easy liar, I was like, ooh, what I'm saying? Like, that's a bad business decision because this is a business too, right? So if I'm out here grinding and I'm getting it, right, and I'm trying to put money into our pot and it's easy for you to lie to me on little things, man, that will create a trust issue that I don't want to have in the future. So let's just not. That's how I could be your friend,
Right.
But Yeah, you know, we're absolutely cool.
Yeah.
I love you to death, but will I try again? No, I'm not gonna try again. When a new person comes in, that person is new. I don't identify them with the person that from the past. And then if a person sticks around, especially for someone like me, I have to be strong for so many people. Like there's a team of people that I have to support, right? There's a team of youth that depend on me every single day. There's a team of adults that depend on me every single day, right? So a lot of times with a person like me, I have to take on so much, and it's hard for me to show my emotions to everyone until I trust you,
Mhm.
right? So if
That's true.
person is allowing me to actually be me, man, that's why I said I'll crown him. You know?
Yeah, I mean, because I've had conversation with several people, just hearing like man, I wanna move forward with this person. This person is good to me, but just what I went through and with the last person. And the first thing I'd be like, I mean, but you can't judge that person. That person didn't
Let them
do
go.
what the last one did to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier said than done. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because everybody mentally might not be as strong as the next person.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got somebody that's doing more than even what your past did, it's the
Mm-hmm.
past.
That's part of people not letting go either, though, too, bro. And I
Right,
think
Mm-hmm.
too,
right. Exactly.
people, and then I think too, time does heal. That's a saying that they say is So I guess it depends on how quick this next person pops up after the last situation ended.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you do need. Hold on, I just need a breather.
Well, then
Mm-hmm.
again, you are right because you might need
Mm-hmm.
that time of self
Everyone
healing,
knows that.
self care
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
Let
kind
me
of
just clear my mind.
right.
Yeah.
You might just say, you know what, I'm about to just start a business. I'm about to just focus on whatever goals you might
And
want
I
to.
think that is true because I think that does help people get over it, get your mind active, start working on something. You
Man,
know.
I had a guy who I was dating, and literally
Mhm.
every time I looked like I was doing something, he would say, it looked like something that his ex was doing. I was like, man, how many times you gonna pop up in here? You
Sound like
know?
a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him
He
that.
ain't let go.
Red flag.
No, he didn't let go. Like he was I forgot what I asked him about. He said, oh, I thought you were gonna say something about being insecure because you're a dark-skinned woman. Like, whoa, who told you I had that? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yeah.
well, my ex had that, so I'm not her. But
He
she
really
kept,
hammered that stuff into him, I guess. Jesus.
man, she came in so many times. I said, God bless her. Why don't you go talk to her? Talk to her, call her. Because you have not healed from it.
Yeah.
Even though he thought he was healed, but every time he got into a situation where maybe the conversation may have looked like something, she was there. Arrived,
That's
you
like a
know.
Jason movie. He's
Yeah,
standing right there in the corner
she
looking.
was. She was. And I look, I can't battle with her. You
Jeez.
know what I'm
You got
saying?
it.
Because she's running in your mind. She's literally
Yeah.
running in your mind. And even though they had broken up years before, he was still with her.
Dang,
He was
poor
still
thing.
her. Yeah. Can't do anything with that.
Understand
You
that.
know, you
I
know.
guess too. I guess kudos to him. He told you what was on his mind, I guess. But
I
that's
mean,
just
I- like I
yeah, I
said,
guess you're right. You gotta heal.
I am a big proponent of keeping it real from the jump. Like, even if you just got out of something and
Just
you
keep it
still
real.
know for 100%, like, if you're not 100% over your ex or over
Let
what
me
you
know before I
with,
waste my time.
look, we're grown. We're not in high
yeah.
school. Oh, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want.
Mhm.
No, look. We're both grown.
Yeah.
I see you as a friend right now. I'm not ready to pursue anything serious right now.
Mhm.
Just see us as friends where we can go get coffee or donuts,
Mhm.
whatever. Just
Mhm.
keep it real instead of the games that majority of society, let's keep it real, they
Mhm.
play games
Yeah.
because they want their cake and eat it too. And on top of that, physical attraction. They're
Mhm.
not worrying about mental attraction. They worrying
But
about
just still a person.
right. This is a person.
Mhm.
They wonder why some, not all, but some relationships are based upon physical attraction,
Mhm.
sexual attraction.
Mhm.
Once all that fades away, how much sexual attraction can you have? Yeah, it might be
More life.
It might be good, but I don't know this person. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you just jump into a relate. Oh, the sex was so good. I can't let this person go. So that's my boyfriend. That's my girlfriend.
yeah. Oh,
Okay,
I know I'm jumping. Say Zig, I'm
you
telling you,
preaching right now. No, you're
no.
preaching.
Go ahead, bro. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying, bro. It's just crazy because I'm really
Hold on, I'm gonna do. I
see
got
this
it.
a lot, and I've actually seen this in person where people be like, "Well, I'm not leaving that person because the sex is too damn good," but they out there doing you bad, and then you complaining about it, but you don't want to leave because the sex is. Once again, how that's weird to me. You stay with somebody because for something that's what temporary, like sex is. Don't get me wrong, it feels good if we can agree to that, but I like to know
There's
somebody.
more to life than that. Yeah.
There's more to life than just sex. I need to know you mentally. You feel me?
Yep.
Example, I might approach a female, oh, she's attractive, like, oh, I want her. And if I start having a conversation with you and really start hearing how you talk, and if you say, like, if you really, I'm like, man, I'm attracted to her mentally. Like, her mental attracted me. Like, I like her vibes. I like how she talk. I like everything about it. That's going to make everything transition so smoothly instead of you just saying, oh, yeah, the normal. She's fine. Like, she's fine. I want her.
Oh yeah.
How far you going to get with that? And then on top of that, female women are not really going for that no more. Like, come on now. You got to step your game up.
Well, like you said in the first,
am I wrong? I mean,
well, like you said in the first segment, they bringing more to the table now, so they're gonna look at men like, okay, like
women expect, and the same thing. Men expect the same thing from women. So it's just not just a one-sided thing. I just think we have to understand, like, you have to bring more to the table than just physical attraction.
Yeah, I feel like, man, you have to definitely sex me mentally. And the reason why I say sex me mentally is because I literally in 24 hours of the day, because I'm a consultant as well, I try to maximize every single hour, right? So if you have sex me mentally, you could say something over the phone, you could send a text message, and man, I'm into you at that moment. I need that attraction to be like that. I need it to be like, man, Zaddy he just texts me. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo,
that's true though.
Stop me in my tracks. I don't care what meeting I'm in. I'm into what you're saying. Right. But I can tell you, I've been guilty of making somebody my boyfriend because of sex, because I didn't feel like going out and checking to see who else was out there. I was like, all right, it's gonna be it, because and that winds up very bad, because I'm a cerebral person. I'm a very cerebral person, right? And so you could bore me to death, especially, so say for instance, if your sex game ain't all the way there, and then you're not saying anything that's interesting, I'm not attracted. Oh, that's done. I'm not gonna waste time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna waste time. Yeah.
Okay. So I got an interesting side topic, right? So let's just say, for instance, right, if somebody, let's just say you meet a man, Kimmy, and everything is going well, right? No type of relationship is perfect. So let's just say, he takes care of everything. He treats you right, the whole 9 yards. He's putting effort behind his words, right? Let's just say the sex isn't up to your standards. It's not whack. It's not whack, but it's not up to your standards. Would you automatically just cut this person off, or would you work with this person to try to help him satisfy you into, whatever type of standards you might have as far as like in the bedroom? Because the reason why I asked that, some people feel like you're grown, I shouldn't be having to teach you, whatever you need to be taught. But at the same time, though, this person has gone out their way to show you, like, hey, I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to make sure you're good. It's not about sex, but when it comes down to it, it ain't up to par. Would you cut that person off, or would you, work with them?
I would definitely, my go-to is to work with them, because I don't need you tailor-made for somebody else. I need you tailor-made for me. right? And so that means I have to show you what I actually like. Everything that you did was for somebody else. That wasn't even mine, you know? So I'm definitely going to show you. And I'm one of those type of people. I like for you to play with me, as far as that's my whole, because I think it's probably because I'm a gaming person. Everything is about playing with me.
Mhm.
And so I like to have playful interactions. I like to play games, you know, while we're away from each other. I like little light games. And
Mhm.
so, because playing with a person can last you a lifetime. That's a lifetime of fun. You are my lifetime play partner, right?
Mhm.
So even sexually, now you are my lifetime play partner. Now the game is, I'm going to try to please you the most, right? And you try to figure out how you could get me, right? So I'm not having selfish sex with you. I'm really into what your body is saying, because I want to win. You know, if I focus on making you
Make it fun.
yeah, give whatever the prize is that I'm not gonna say. But if you giving the prize, if I'm focused on you giving the prize and you focus on me, man, that's a championship.
That's
But she said the key word, selfish.
That's an interesting way of explaining it. Like that's dope. I like that answer.
Yeah, she said the key word, selfish, and a lot of people are selfish. You know.
Yeah.
You even heard the Bernie Mac. I got mine. You
Yeah,
better hurry.
man.
You got 2 minutes left to get. You know, like all right.
Yeah, I
Like,
bought
people
that
really
up.
think that.
Right. I bought that up because I had a very interesting conversation where somebody was like, yeah, you know, I don't care how good he was to me. If his sex wasn't up to par, then I got rid of him. I said, okay, that's cool. You're entitled to that. But let me ask you this, though. What if you did find somebody whose sex was amazing to you, but he's out here doing you bad? What are you doing then?
So what do you want? Yeah.
So, I mean, come on, think about it. Like I mean, this goes for men too. Like,
But you know what? I find that a lot of guys are looking just for the amazing sex until some guys are like, let me find the amazing sex and hopefully that'll lead into something else. Right? Like hopefully I can make you a wife out of just having that amazing sex or what have you. But when you are really focused on yourself and you're focused on pleasing you,
right?
Like literally, that doesn't start a real spark for both of y'all. I want to please my partner. I'm going in not with, oh, I'm about to catch a nut. Like I'm going in like, man, I'm about to give it to you. Like, and it's war.
Right.
Like when you get home, it's war. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of playground.
Right. I was kind of just like, wow, like I mean, because what you're saying is sex is more important than trust, loyalty, respect.
That was one of the topics we talked about last week.
That's what I took from it. I can't, not gonna sit up there and argue with you. I just found it like, wow, like you can't work with somebody because, like you say, I think you really explained it as good as you can. What you was doing with the next person,
you was tailor-made for that person.
Yeah, right. So I'm not that person. So whatever you probably was doing to that person might not work with me.
Yeah,
so,
glad she liked it.
Right. I have to learn, you know, because every woman body is not the same as the next woman, you know, next woman or whatever like that. So I was just like, I don't
think
know.
about it. Even where our particular G spots are, it's not located in the same spot for everyone. And then I'm finding even more and more, the older certain women get, some women are not really into sex. They're not interested in sex, which I think that's a disappointing thing. But it I don't know what that looks like or whatever, especially when you're dealing with marriages. So you really have to figure out these different people. And so if your guy is whack, man, go to the hustler store and go.
Gotta have fun, like you said.
Man, you have fun. That's your partner. That's supposed to be, in my mind, that's supposed to be your boy. That's supposed to be your boy in everything. It's like that's your playground. Have fun with it. I wouldn't just throw anyone, especially somebody that's treating me right. For sex, I mean, unless he's doing something really weird. I'll give you an example. If you like, I need you to put on a strap on and I'm on top of you, I draw the line there.
Yeah, pause. Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that goes back to what Sean was saying, was that, that's why it's good to not build a relationship off of just that. Because what if someone is going through something medically,
Yes.
where their what's it called, libido, or their urges start declining?
Yes.
Then you just going to dip,
Right.
or
Right, that's the main
or
thing.
if that's your partner, that's your round, then
Yeah.
I got you. That's fine. We good. We'll work it out. But that's what happens when you're not selfish, like Kimmy said.
I would not have selfish sex, especially with someone that I care about. Someone that I'm like, I love. I will not have selfish sex with them. It is all about you, and it's supposed to be that way, I think, personally.
Right.
And that goes back to what you said too, S. See, like, once again, social media got people thinking that's what they like. But as Kimmy said, they got people out there that's it's the total opposite.
Let me be very clear, bro. I don't knock the artists that promote music where Megan Thee Stallion.
That's what I was thinking about.
I love her music.
Cardi.
I ain't saying I sit up and bump her music, but as Black people, I appreciate the hustle, the grind, where they came from to where they are now. I love her hustle. She's doing what she has to do in order to make a living, to make money. Some people might disagree with it, but hey, she doing what she has to do, what she knows how to do the best is promote sex. I mean, that's how she get her money. You know what I'm saying?
About this, they're promoting that, but when they get home, they want to be under their man. Like, they're not leaving them men.
Right. But you know the lyrics, the rap lyrics, Cardi B, Cash Doll, Lotto, they listen to these lyrics and that's what I want. That's what you better come with that whatever energy and whatever Lotto said, you know what I'm saying? But you can't let this stuff influence you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think for yourself and stop letting other people with all these thoughts. Oh, well, my man do this. So no, your man might do that, but my man can't do that. So stop trying to, you know what I'm saying?
People compare.
All that comparing and stuff. Oh man,
that's all social media does, is comparing.
It's crazy though. It's real crazy.
Like, somebody could be having like, I could be running my own organization that's similar to Kimmy's, and then I could see Kimmy doing her thing, and then I could be like, damn, I don't have the same, my thing not hitting like Kimmy's is. So then all of a sudden now they just start hating, which is kind of comparing.
Right.
Oh, she only got that because she in the politics and she got, what I'm talking about. But that's what people do. They start hating, comparing. How about you ask Kimmy, how are you doing this? Even if it pays, even if I have to pay for your knowledge, how much, how much for a 45 to hour sit down and you just give me some gems? You know what I'm saying? That we have to get to that healthy dialogue instead of hating on each other. Let's just start asking those questions. S. Ryder, how did you start this podcast? What's going on? Like, I don't know where to get started. Like, how did you do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just looking and saying, oh, he think he all that,
I think that's just like on a job.
That's all we gotta do is ask.
That's just like if you had a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, with me, I'm the type of person, whether I'm a manager or over a team, I'm gonna work with the team, not against the team. Like, I feel like I'm here, right? So if I'm here, I want my team to be right there with me.
Correct.
If your team is strong, just like you are, oh man, just imagine the results at the job. Like, that's just me though. Everybody don't have that same philosophy. Oh, I'm here. I'm not about to give you the gems to come up here with me, or because that, some people feel like they're gonna overlap me or whatever like that. That type of person. And you're right. I think we need to stop doing that. If you go to the grocery store, right? You go down the bread aisle or you go down the cookie aisle. How many different types of cookies do they have in bread? Honey bread, Sara Lee, Nature's Own, whatever cookie, Chip Ahoy's, Oreos, Mama Bakery cookies, whatever. They all cookies, but they all eating though. Everybody don't like Oreos. Everybody don't like Chip Ahoy. So why not? Why not? You can sell the same thing and still help the next person.
Yep.
Be better at what they're doing. But some people egos don't allow them to do that. They don't want the next person. Well, if I show them the gems, the real gems of how to do it, they might even overlap my podcast. No, that should inspire you and motivate you to get better and better and better and better. I mean, that's just that. You can't hate on somebody if somebody, their audience is going to them. You just got to work harder. But that's still not going to stop me from helping them, get better. Look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was what? The man in the NBA, right? RIP to him, right?
Yes.
LeBron James came in the league. Look what Kobe did to LeBron. Like, he gave him advice how to be great. Even though Kobe said, I'm still a man. Like, I'm going to give you all the jewels that the next person gave me. But I'm still, when you step on this court with me, you still ain't better than me. And you still not going to beat me. That's not going to stop me from showing you how to be great. Because at some point, you are going to be great. You are going to overlap because my career is going to be coming to an end and yours might still be on the rise. So I'm going to give everything that I can to,
And see, I try to do the same thing. I try to give people as much knowledge as I possibly can. And a lot of it is because, man, I've gone through a lot in all these years of living. If it's not education wise, if it's not just plain experience wise, or just having my expertise in different things. But I'm telling people, I try to teach people the shortcuts in life so that way you don't have to go through every single thing. Now, do I get people that hate on me and assume, and I think sometimes it's just, and usually it's women. A lot of times it's women that have an issue with it. And it's just like, man, I literally, I try to explain to people, I'm not competing against you. I could give you everything. I give you everything in my computer and you still won't do the same thing I'm going to do with it. I can give you everything in my wallet. You still not going to do the same thing that I'm going to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how it ends up being. But I think the way that social media has kind of pegged us against each other and things like that. Yeah. Like, I can tell you honestly, I don't know of another woman business partner that I'll end up having, because every female business partner that I've ever had, I've had that issue. Like, all of a sudden, and it's really, really bad. And it's just, it ends up being, all right, we're sisters. We're going to go out there and we're going to do it. And then it's just like, something happens. It's like the insecurities start coming out, and it's just unfortunate, and we'll break each other down. It's just like, man, I don't have time for that.
Right.
I'm just like, we talked about that. And Kim, this is totally different because this is just a great conversation. So, and I hate, once again, we are comparing, but at the same time, it's like, where are we going wrong? Asians can do it. Jews, black, white people, they could talk about each other, and then if it comes down to it, they'll stick up for that guy. Right. But why do black people, like, why do we have this crabs in a bucket mentality? Like what is that? Because it's mind-boggling that you would have issues with anybody, being a business partner with, especially the things that you're doing in the community, and like all the different pots that you have your hands in. Like, that should be something. Like, I got hyped when you was like listing all the stuff that you were doing. I was like, I need to talk to after the show. But like, I don't get, like, why hate on that? Like, I don't get, like, why aren't we learning the art of the collab? Like, rubbing elbows, networking. Like, I don't get that. Like, what is that?
Because we were the only race that were crabs in a bucket, because crabs weren't meant to be in the bucket. They put us in the bucket, and that literally is where we went wrong. And to break down generational curses.
That's
You
what
have
it
to
is.
be
Yep.
proactive in doing that. You have to be purposeful and you have to be meaningful. That means everyone has to say, all right, I'm going to make this a little bit better for the next generation. And I'm going to do so by collabing. But if you are not proactive and that is not ingrained in you, then you're looking at everyone as competition and fair game. You're a wolf out there,
Yeah.
right? And so that you end up eating everyone that's around you, and you don't want to be
Right.
that. So when it comes to females, I told you guys, I am awkward. I'm awkward in the sense of I'm an introvert. I can sit here and talk to you guys, right? If I go into a room, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not the speaker, I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna either hide or not go. I'm gonna make up an excuse of not going. You know, I'm gonna figure out how I can get out of there. That's with anything. Most politicians that I've ever done work with, you probably won't see a picture with me with them. I usually don't take pictures with them or what have you. When it comes to females, I try to keep certain things from them. But if you happen to look at my resume or something like that, and you feel insecure about something that you have not done, you start.
That's not on you.
That's
right.
Right.
I keep to myself, and people who work with me, they know, oh, she's going to sit behind, I'll sit behind multiple computers. I'll do whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'll sit there and create. I have whiteboards. I'll write all over whiteboards and stuff and just process and think. But if you are not realizing I'm your teammate, now you're intimidated, and now that's a problem for you. But if you stop and say, hey, she's with me, you know what I'm saying? We're good together. Then we're better together. But that's what happens. A lot of people get to that point where they're just kind of like, man, she's competition. Oh, she does this better than me. And it's just like, I'm not competing with you. And nothing I'm competing with you for.
You're just doing you.
Right.
Every day.
But I think we got to get to a point where we have to have that look in the mirror moment, and we have to be honest with ourselves. We might just suck. Like like what Sean was saying earlier, like sometimes you need to work harder. Sometimes you might just need to pick something else. Kimmy is good at this. Like I can't rap and write like Sean can. I had to be honest with myself. Like maybe this is not for me. Maybe let me just go over here and instead of me hating on him, let me just support him and let him do his thing, and then I'll do my thing. But I think that's what we get. We get misconstrued and we get confused. We always get in this competing mentality with each other, and instead of supporting each other, and we always talk about it. And I hear the dialogue going on, but it's like the action doesn't get done because you hear this term black on black crime. This is the only crime that has a race or color to it. You don't hear white on white crime. You don't hear Mexican on Mexican crime. You don't hear Asian on Asian crime, but there is a black on black crime.
Just like strong black woman. There's no strong white woman. There's no strong Asian woman. It's just a strong black woman.
Right.
See, like that. Like, that's the things that I feel. That's the thing that makes my skin crawl. Like that stuff like that.
Black on black crime needs to turn into black unity.
Or just be crime.
It could just be crime because there's a lot of white crime. Like the
crime is crime.
Yeah.
No matter how petty it is, it's a crime.
It is. Is it domestic crime?
There you go. Now we can categorize that.
Yeah, if it's domestic, that makes sense. Is it related to a community crime or what have you? And the reason why I say community, because a lot of times they try to say gang violence, and people not all necessarily in the gang. Just it may be a community of people that just don't like each other or what have you.
Are you from Little Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Little Woods.
Exactly.
Oh, I know we from the East.
Exactly. See?
Kingswood, East. Miss you.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
See,
y'all that's listening, that's some New Orleans stuff. Y'all don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, we have cut off over here, and we have the Fisher in Algiers.
CTC across the canal.
Cross the river.
Cross
So
the canal.
you're not coming over here, Sean, huh?
I'm just saying, like, for
That West Bank.
reason, the West Bank, I don't know. It just feel like a country, a whole different type of country. The only thing I like about over there, y'all got a lot of spots to go eat at. That's it. Y'all got a lot of spots. Food. I don't like, mainly because I don't like, it's nothing against the cops, but I just don't. You got to kind of be careful out there. I think you know that, like Gretna, Harvey.
Oh yeah,
They don't play.
Jefferson
Parish, between Jefferson Parish and West Bank.
Nothing against them, because I salute the men and women that put their lives on the line to protect and serve. But
they have it on lock. They definitely have.
They have it on their mind.
Yeah. So Kimmy,
what you guys?
I hash out another topic.
Yes.
Another one for you. All right. So this is our last topic we're gonna hash out with you for today. So I got a question for you. Is a 9-to-5 working man good enough for women in today's society? And I'll give you, like I said, I'll give you an example. Social media kind of plays a part into it, because you look at some of these up and coming Instagram models, whatever, Instagram influencers, whatever you want to call them. You got the, I get this, I get that. This is how I got it. You know what I'm saying? They don't really appreciate, if you're not making more than this amount of money per year, then I'm not giving you no type of attention. You know what I'm saying? You really got some good 9-to-5 working people out there really making money. Like, but it's to them, it's like, it's not enough. Or they feel like, no, you got to make this in order to even speak to me. So my question to you that we need to hash out is a 9-to-5 working man good enough for women in today's society?
Yes, definitely. A working man is good enough in today's society. I think that's number one. Someone that is working. 9-to-5 is great. I think that's goals. It doesn't always work with me. And let me tell you the reason why is because as an entrepreneur, I work 24/7. So what does that mean? Sometimes there's a clash in your time. Like, for instance, I'm still grinding maybe at 9-10 o'clock, right? And if you don't understand that, that may be a clash.
So or mean another entrepreneur or somebody that's hustle minded.
Or somebody that just really understands. If you can understand, okay, well, she's got meetings, all throughout the day or whatever, where I may not be able to come and do something during the, like if you got a 30-minute window. Yeah. Right. Oh, okay. That's a perfect one. You didn't text me back.
She gave me the cold shoulder.
I'm working.
I'm working. What you want me to do?
I'm working.
Sorry.
So, but no, 9-to-5 guys, I don't know why. So I think it got such a bad rap after who was it? What female was it that said that?
B. Simone.
Yeah, and she's crazy. Yeah. But I think, but she was kind of alluding to the same thing. If you work 9-to-5, you're usually married to that job, and you have to be there, certain times. And if you don't understand that someone like her has to be in LA over here or New York over there or what have you, and you're not flexible enough to go to those
with her.
A lot of times you can make that person's life miserable if you bother them about it. Like, oh, you're leaving again? Well, if you knew this is what I am and this is what I do, and that's one of the biggest things, man. If whatever you do, don't make someone else miserable in their relationship. Right? Like you make them feel guilty, about that. And I've had that before.
Kimmy, you on another podcast? Come on, Kimmy. You doing another one? Yeah, I got you though.
That's exactly what it is. It's just like, well, why are you doing that? And who is that or whatever? Or I had a whole different thing with why do you have to have meeting with guys? I was like, and what? Or why do you have to have lunch with these people or what have you? I'm working. That has nothing to do. When I'm working, I'm literally working. So I say all that to say, a 9 to 5er will get a bad rap if he's not mentally flexible, right? And that means, so say you have to be at your job, just don't make the entrepreneur woman or the woman that works all types of hours feel terrible in that relationship, because they can't, they're not locked in from 9 to 5. They're not clocking in, they're not doing any of that. They just have a different type of life. So that's all I would say dealing with that. But I don't they shouldn't get a bad rap. That's stability. That's
routine, stability.
Yeah.
I think it's also, I don't know, I guess you kind of got to pick your poison too. I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of, if you're going to pursue, a particular woman, and you really understand, like if she tells you like, look, this is what this is what I expect, this is my standards, and you still try to pursue that, and that,
well, she laid it out, then that's on you at that
that's
point.
on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She
I feel like
out.
a 9 to 5, woman, entrepreneur, whatever. It goes back to my philosophy. Well, I'm big on it: communication and understanding. You don't talk, and if you don't kind of make that type of sacrifice, because I can understand if you working past 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the morning, and you getting up at 5 in the morning to continuously doing I know you're working towards something great. You know what I mean? And you have to sacrifice. See, I think people get stuck in the moment. They're not looking at the long run, where you might be doing everything right now to make the time available for y'all in the future.
And that's how it is.
They don't work.
They're not looking at the future.
They're thinking of right now.
Right now. Like, why you doing this? Why?
Yeah.
And that ticks me off too. Like, why you gotta have meetings with this man or men? These men, or like, I'll do it like this. Why, Sean, do you ever have to meet with 5 women at the table? These CEOs. I'm trying to
get in the door.
I'm trying to get this money.
Yes.
This proposal, whatever the case may be. I'm not worried about that. You are my concern. That's the only thing you got to worry about. If you see any change in my ways, then that's different. But if I'm constantly still making an effort to still make you happy, knowing that I got all of this, you shouldn't even be worrying about. I'm not worrying about that. I'm trying to create an environment, a brighter future for us in the future. This is what we got to do right now. This is what it is right now. And if you can't understand that, then as much as I would hate to let you go, you might have to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sacrifices. You have to understand. You have to communicate. You have to be willing to adjust, especially when somebody's actually, they actually trying to be successful, not only for themselves, but they trying to include you in their success. People don't look at it that way. They stuck in they're a prisoner of the moment. They just worrying about next week or the next day. They're not worrying about the future. And I think that's where you bump heads at.
There's always some sort of sacrifice to get to whatever goal you're trying to get to, whether it be time, money, whatever. There's always a checks and balance. Like I listen to Shannon Sharp and Skip sometimes every now and then on Undisputed, and everyone asks Shannon Sharp, how did you become a Hall of Fame tight end? And he says, I had to give up family time. I had to give up, he's a Hall of Famer, and now the whole family eating because they understood that Uncle Shannon not going to be at birthday parties. He might miss some Sweet 16s. He might forget, charge it to my head, not my heart, but I might forget a birthday or something like that. I might not call you, but at the end of the day, just know Uncle is in the gym grinding. He's watching tape. He's doing what he has to do to be great at his craft.
Right.
And once people have that understanding, and once like y'all talked about earlier, not be selfish, put themselves in the Kimmy shoes, put themselves in the Sean shoes, whenever we start thinking like that, I think that's when we start having a better understanding. Maybe Kimmy, okay, so she's doing this because, okay, I got it now. When you start thinking into a different perspective, you have a better understanding when you take yourself out of it.
I wish you could teach them, because I tell you, that's the biggest gripe that I get When I tell you, I'm one of the most disciplined people that you may know. When you work for yourself, you grind a lot harder. And so I wake up kind of consistently around 5 a.m. You
Got that
know,
routine.
it's just a routine. I am the hardest boss I've ever had in my life. You know, as far as the goals that I have and things that I'm trying to achieve. So if I know I have on my list personally that I'm trying to achieve this, and this, and I've created deadlines for those, right? And you tell them, and you tell me, no, I want you to scrap that for the day, and we're
That's
just gonna
selfish.
go.
Yeah.
And it's just like it sounds good for a 9 to 5 because you're on those people clock, right? You're not it's not the same when you're an entrepreneur. You literally eat what you kill, right? So if I'm not killing anything, I'm not eating. So
You eat
my
Facts.
equation is
what
different.
you
It's
grow.
yes. Like, and so that's one of the issues that I end up having is just like, you know, everyone loves it at first. It sounds cute. It sounds like, oh, yes, I could introduce her. She has this and that or whatever. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing until you realize I actually wake up at 5 a.m. You don't have to come with me. You don't have to do anything with me. But I'm already in my office working. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually doing something or I'm putting something together or whatever. Or if I decide that I'm posting today, I have to post at a certain time that morning because I want to make sure that the algorithm catches it.
Yep.
On that.
Most people catch it because that's
Yeah,
when people are be active getting on the app.
yeah,
Or I put it like this. Look, all right, you want me to scrap this? You got it. You got what I need. You got that.
You gonna do it for me?
You gonna do it for me? Or do you have a solution for me to scrap it? Now, if you have it right now, not later, right
yes,
now,
right
then
now.
all right, I'll scrap it. Man, what we doing today? What we going?
All right. You got some sort of automation?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but if you don't
Facts,
have a
though.
solution for me to, why would I know?
Just support that person.
Just you got it. It's a
Just support
understand.
'em.
I think Zig. I think that was a perfect example. Basketball players,
Yes.
even rap. You know, artists in general, music artists or whatever like that. You got to. I mean, you know,
Like our boy S Dot, he's constantly in the. You see on Instagram, that
right.
man. Every time I see him on Instagram, he is in the studio.
Student,
Yeah.
right, grinding, and he
Yeah.
just put an album out.
That's a sacrifice.
He just put it right, but he still. But one thing about it is he still commits to being a great father to his kids, a great husband to his wife. He still commits to being a good friend to all of us. That's our brother. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, you know, go support his album, Built Different.
Built Different. S Dot.
S Dot.
You'll see his billboard around the Superdome area on high rise.
But I mean,
But yeah,
sacrifices that people make is, and I think people have to understand, it's not that we're trying to be selfish. We know that you want our time, but the sacrifices that we're making is not selfish. We have to make these sacrifices now in order to ensure a perfect, you know, as perfect as possible, successful, comfortable, peaceful, joyful happiness, like happy life.
yeah.
The future. You know, I remember what the retirement age was, what, 65? Am I correct?
Yeah, 65.
Now I know a few people, a lot of people, which I commend them on. People trying to retire by the age of what, less than 40 years old. Like they're trying to retire before 40. They're grind.
becoming. I do, and we talked about this last episode. Is that this next generation? I think what we are doing good is we're starting to get out of that 9 to 5 thinking mentality, and we are becoming our own bosses and different things like that. So you can, you know, take a trip whenever you want. You can retire if you feel like you can. You can do that.
I think the pandemic opened people's eyes.
I think so too.
A big, like the pandemic opened people's eyes because when this COVID really hit and people had to miss work,
getting laid off,
that goes to show you, like, oh, hold up, man, y'all gonna
cut me that quick?
Y'all just cut me this quick. I've been at this job for 15 plus years, and all of a sudden, just because of this happened, y'all cutting me off, and I can't even get my job back. Or even if I catch COVID and I have to be quarantined for 10 days, I don't get paid. It's not my fault that I caught this.
Mm-hmm.
but you're not paying me.
At
So
the small sign of trouble, they start cutting.
they start right because they worrying about their bottom line. So
Mm-hmm.
that made people be like, man, and I'm telling you, I've seen people open candle businesses,
Mm-hmm.
t-shirt businesses, shoes. I don't care if you're selling making light bulbs. People was creating businesses. They seen it like, which I don't know why it took them. It didn't take a pandemic because people been thinking like this for years, but the pandemic really had to open some people's eyes to realize, man, your employer really doesn't care about you like you think they do.
Well, it's the same thing with working out. People don't work out until they get that notification from their doctor. You pre-diabetic.
Yeah,
You
stop
probably got a heart disease.
All
Now all of
that
a sudden, now you running and now you want to get in the gym. Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, people need that. They need that fire lit under their butts to get moving.
Well,
They're
I
not
can tell you,
self-motivated.
one of the most disheartening things that I feel like men can really do to a woman that's an entrepreneur is kill our spirit and tell us stop doing that. I can't lie to you. And I don't know if it affects men the same way if a woman says it, but to us, when I think because we depend on y'all for that strength and that encouragement and that motivation, because we're going out there and we're dealing with whatever, and you know, we really try to kind of hide under y'all at night, for lack of a better term. So when you have that person that you rely on for that strength or whatever that tries to discourage you from doing that, that's almost like, you know, you trying to kind of put out a flame that God put in your body, you know, trying to kill the purpose in you, you know. So I would have to say, in for a 9 to 5er, especially if you're dealing with an entrepreneur, man, encourage them. At you know, your job has more stability, right?
Yeah.
So just encourage that person. I wouldn't throw away 9 to 5ers, and I wouldn't necessarily say that everyone should be with another person that's an entrepreneur either, because sometimes that clashes. You know,
because you got your thing going on, and then I got my thing going on, and at that point,
Bravo and all that.
And I think I read on an article before, they say you become parallel and not intertwined. So
be intertwined.
You doing your thing going this way, all right? I'm doing my thing going this way.
Right.
I'm not stopping because I got sponsorships and everything. You not stopping because you got your thing going on, but we don't meet in the middle, so we just gonna keep going parallel.
Right.
So, and I think what Sean said earlier, man, communication. Communication is the key to everything. It's like,
it really is.
Having these open dialogues, like, really, what do you want? What do you want from me?
What are your goals?
What are your goals? What are you expecting me to put in? You know, if you start realistically saying, okay, we're in a relationship, right? What is your expectation from me? What do you want from me? Because if you have certain goals and you have certain,
we can stop this right now before we waste each other's time.
If you think I'm gonna be barefoot and pregnant, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not going to be that person. Will you have meals? Yes. Will you have certain things? Yes. But I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not about to do a whole bunch of babies for, you know, I can't. You know, and I think those are the conversations that we have to have. But like you said earlier, we get wrapped up in sex and, oh, he looked real good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's phenomenal on paper. And then we start taking the little Instagram pics and everything, you know, and everybody's like, oh yeah,
goals. Yeah, look at them.
That's goals, you know. And we get sidetracked. And what we're trying to accomplish is not the same thing.
Like
but you know what I'm talking about.
You speaking facts though, yes.
Like, we really have to sit down and talk to each other. Like when you get into a relationship when you're friends, you can literally just talk about different things and really be friends first. I want you.
That's a lost art. That's actually a lost art, Kimmy. Become friends first.
Be my real friend.
You jumping the gun.
I've been preaching that for years.
I give you that, bro. You have been saying that.
I've been saying that. You have to.
You gotta get to know the person first.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being friends first because it makes the if you was to take it a step further, it makes the transition into a relationship much smoother. Because you go into a relationship just off of physical attraction,
not gonna last.
95% of the time that relationship will be ended. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not about to sugarcoat it. It will be destroyed because you don't know that person. You don't know anything about that person. You know what I'm saying? You just you know how amazing the sex is, but that only gets you so far.
Yeah.
Just have sex with you for life, and oh man, this is such and such, man. Yeah, she's wonderful in the bed. Okay, that's good to know. What else she got going on?
What else you got going on?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just it's just weird to me though. You know, I really believe you have to establish and develop a solid friendship and really know people.
Every building has a foundation.
Right. It's very important nowadays to really know that person. Like you don't have to rush. You don't have to rush to be in a relationship. You know, some people could just say, look, we dating, and we could be exclusive dating to still give us that time to truly understand people. And when I mean by understanding, you'll really know somebody by their actions. Yeah. People always, I can say, oh, I love you, or I'm gonna always be there for you. Now, anytime you need me, I'm there. You call me. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, but at some point you might hit me up and be like, I really need you. Oh, well, I'm busy. I'm sleeping right now, so I'll hit you up. Okay, all right. No problem. I got you. Or you might be going through something, right? And you might be going through the storms, and you might be like, yeah, I'm really not feeling like myself. I'm going through something. Okay, well, just hit me up whenever you got some free time. Red flag. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to, I'm actually telling you I'm going through something. That should be that's me telling you, like, I need to talk to you. I need some type of console or comfort to get me, like, you're going to get yourself back up off the ground. But if there's somebody that was supposed to be with you or like you, and they said they liked you, well, where are the actions at? You know what I'm saying? You need actions behind words. And I think that's very important, especially today, you know, especially that revolving door of dating. Like, how many times you're going to keep, at some point, you're going to ask yourself, I'm getting tired of this. Like, how old are you? Like, what you like to do? you feel me? Like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? Like, what you like to eat? Know all that, and then that don't work. On back to being single. Now you're doing it all over again. Hey, what's your name? What food you like? Bro, that gets tiring. Like, who wants to keep doing that?
That's why I'm single. That's why I don't like
that whole part. You feel me?
That's like applying for a whole bunch of jobs. Like, nobody wants the interview process over and over again.
At some point, you want that, whoever that is, like, look, I'm telling you right now, this is what I'm looking for.
Look, I ain't got time.
Like, I'm looking to settle down.
See?
And it's not to scare nobody off, but that's, if you ask me what I want or what I'm looking to settle down. This is what I want.
I ain't got time.
Is either you gonna step up to the plate and show me that you're considering us being together in the you know, whenever that time comes, or hey, we can just be friends. We can kick it, and you can roll with me and my friends, and we could be the best of buddies. Whatever play the cards how it's dealt. So I don't know. This society is, I don't know.
No, but you spoke everything. You literally just laid it on the table.
I don't know.
It's built off this.
Yes.
You gotta stop this.
That phone that you just lifted up, that's the confidence. That's where people get their confidence from. Because you can pretty much say
keyboard warriors.
Right. You can literally be who you can pretend to be whoever the hell you want. You can say whatever you want.
Filters.
Everything. Filters. It's
Photoshop.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But man, Kimmy, I must say, you have really raised the bar for whoever comes on next.
This only episode 2. So
right, this is
good luck, y'all. Whoever
coming
on after this.
But I really, me and Zig really do appreciate your time. We really appreciate the support, your thoughts, your opinions, and I can't thank you enough for being on the show and supporting us. Really do appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate it.
You know.
This is wonderful.
And we're definitely gonna have to.
Oh, you do have an invitation.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to come back on the show, you're
Yeah.
more than welcome to
More than welcome.
come back on the show. Anytime you want to, just you know where to find us.
Awesome. Awesome.
We'll definitely have you back on the show.
Yeah.
Because you was a good guest. We really enjoyed your conversation.
You answered all the questions.
Yes.
You know,
and more.
and more. And she
more.
dropped gems.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a time editing this after today. I might upload at least like 10 clips.
Right.
Like 10 little 30-second clips. Like it's gonna be nice.
But before we go though, me and Zig want to give you the floor. Is there anything that you want to just like,
anything you're working on, anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, the
anything
floor
you want
is
to
yours.
promote?
So
the floor is yours, Kimmy. So we're gonna go ahead and put you up on the soapbox.
Okay. Well, I appreciate this. This was so much fun. It was exciting. Thank you both for just having me. This conversation, man, I tell you, you guys have enlightened me. So I really appreciate everything with that. A couple of projects that I'm working on. I actually am working with Heroes of New Orleans. IGL Foundation has hooked up with them. We have created such a great program for youth. And then we have a more than 10,000 square foot building to service students. So we're really trying to provide those solutions for the crime that's going on in the city. And once we can kind of master our programs and how we provide those services, we plan on taking that in different cities so that way we can try to help people, specifically those of color. And I think that's very, very important. And then outside of that, man, y'all can catch us. We are going to be at the Pelicans game on the 15th of February and on the 17th. We are having our 5Gs. The 5Gs are some artists that are here in New Orleans, and they are going to be performing at tip-off for the Pelicans game. We're going to have Hot 97 from New York come down, and a whole bunch of other people. Hip Hop Gamer is one of the featured hosts for that. So I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about these youth preparing to perform. And so other than that, man, stay tuned. I'll let you guys know, and I'm gonna come bug y'all a whole bunch. Thank you.
Hey, that's fire. We're gonna definitely, I'm gonna make sure we exchange contact info, because I have some, like I said, I have some other interest groups that I think you would be a huge impact on, because they need more people that look like us, that don't look like, they need more people that look like us but don't look like myself and Sean, if you catch my drift, that really is dropping gems and that's really doing work in the community like that. I'm telling you, like, that is big to me, like the community, and for Sean as well. Like we always talk about doing community work and giving back, and like that's real big to me,
right,
and to us really. So we'll make
We're
sure
gonna
that
have
we
y'all over there. You're gonna have
that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, like we gonna pull up. Like, yeah.
I'll have to drive Sean though, because he don't want to drive across the river. So I'll come and pick him.
I got people over there, so ain't no problem with me. But he a little bougie.
I ain't bougie. I just know across the river is just a different. I don't know, but yeah, man. Anything that we can do to support
anything, and we really mean that. Anything we can do to support. I'm gonna look in the camera. Anything we could do to support you,
right.
Whether it's physically showing up or monetarily, just let us know, like for real. Okay. And we'll try to do what we can to help you out. So especially other people from New Orleans. It's our city. It's our, we all we got.
Yes, I'm gonna get y'all for NOLA Gaming Fest too.
Okay, bet. Put me down for that already.
Yeah.
See this guy. There's more to life than just Madden and 2K, bro.
More to combat, whatever.
But yeah, Esrod, I'll let you go ahead and close this out, bro.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, like I said, I want to thank Kimmy for coming on. Appreciate you. You was a wonderful guest. Hopefully we can have you on for future shows, and we're gonna constantly stay in communication, and whatever you need from us to, help you out with organization or whatever, just give us a shout out. Also want to give our boy S Dot. I know I promoted this album again, but I'm gonna do it again because that's our bro. Built Different is on all platforms. Y'all can get at him. And, it's a wonderful. I ain't gonna say wonderful. It's a great album.
s.music.com.
Yes.
Check him out.
s.music.com. But he's a great artist in New Orleans. Go show him some love and support him. He's put out some good music. And I just want to thank Zig, man. I got to thank my co-host for doing all the production work and constantly working hard to improve the podcast. And I just want to thank all of y'all for people that you're gonna, supported us from day one, who's encouraged us. We haven't forgot about y'all. So thank y'all for the support, the prayers. And I just hope y'all continuously stick with us because we got more content coming. And that's it, man. I just pray that everybody remain blessed and keep grinding and keep fulfilling y'all dreams. So, yeah. And y'all stay warm, too.
Y'all stay warm. Enjoy No Mosquito January.
Yes.
Hopefully we have a No Mosquito February. And follow us on YouTube at Let's Hash It Out Podcast. Also on Facebook, Let's Hash It Out Podcast. That's where you can find us. At the moment right now, we're working on some other social media platforms. We are a brand new platform, so just bear with us. But we're going to keep trying to do our work, and we're going to try to make sure we highlight people from our city of New Orleans, but also, anybody that is welcome to come on and, hash things out that Sean once again, he comes up with the topics. So much, much respect to Sean. That's a lot of, research, social media research to the point that he just shakes his head and even gets aggravated at some of the stuff he sees.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing that so I don't have to.
Right.
Because I can't take it. I think we are finally getting old, bro. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Like,
it's just a lot of things that we used to, the things that we used to do back in our days. We look at it like, wow, we really used to do that.
But
used to be crazy back in the day.
But I got one last question for you, Miss Kimmy. Do you think we hash it out today?
Oh man,
definitely. Did we hash it out? We did.
Oh, definitely hashed it out, man. This was phenomenal. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate it as well. And that is that. We'll see y'all in the next one, y'all. Y'all have a good one.